Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the only process you'll ever need to create your dream life. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back. Happy New Year, the first day of 2024, our first video this year, and it's a big one. I want to talk about a session I had on Saturday, just 2 days ago now, with a client that said, you know, Tom, I'm not sure if I'm getting it or not. And he was talking about, you know, I don't feel it. I don't believe it. I don't see it. The conditions are in my face. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to be. All of this came up, and he talked about various processes and techniques that he was implementing, and they were all powerful. There was nothing wrong with any of them. And he said, what can I do? And I go, the one thing you can do, that you could set aside all those other processes that I've talked about in many videos now, this idea, is tell the story, your inner talking, your inner speech, and your outer talking and your outer speech. Tell the story of how you would like things to be. Period. Tell that new story of who you desire to be, knowing that when you tell that story, you are that right now. That you change who you were, and you change who you will be, and you change who you are in this current moment. Your inner speech, your inner talking, the story of who you are. Who do you say I am? That's why Jesus asked that question. Changes everything. That's why Neville Goddard said, as we control our inner speech or our inner talking and match it to our fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. That's a powerful statement by one of the greatest metaphysical teachers of all time, Neville Goddard. So I want to talk about this because we do have this chronic tendency to say, I am not yet. I am not yet the person I want to be, and I don't know how to get there. I don't know what to say to people. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do when these conditions come up. I don't know what to believe. I don't know how to believe, right? Assume it anyway. Imagine it anyway. Affirm it anyway. Declare it anyway. Announce it anyway. Revise it anyway. Be it anyway. Tell your new story of all your wishes fulfilled from that place of truth within anyway. Do you see it? Forget all that other stuff will keep you paralyzed, as we talked about when we talked about the paralyzed man at the fountain of Bethesda, right? That tell your new story of how you would like it to be, like the scene from The Chosen, right? Where Jesus is sending his apostles out to do miracles and wonders, right? And one of his apostles says, well, I don't feel any different. Like, I don't feel like I can do great things or miracles or wonders. And what does Jesus say? Your awareness of being, your I am. I don't need you to feel anything to do great things. There's nothing required. You are already all that is, right? The works will be done through you and as you. This is powerful today. Remember, you're here. You're having this linear experience, right? And we have what we believe is a linear past, a linear present, and a linear future. And we're always hoping, creating, imagining what we want in the future. There's your future, imagining that. That's what the dotted lines represent. And we believe we have this solid manifested present. That's what that blue represents. And this solid manifested past that we believe happened. But really, as you imagine your life as you would like it to be, from this present moment, it not only changes the future you in reality, in frame, the future frame of reality, but it changes who you are right now and who you were in all time. All versions, all realities, all of you is being changed by that new story. Powerful. The new story, your inner speech, your inner talking, not only creates your new future, it shifts you to that new future now. It shifts you to that future now. Not only in the present, but in the past, because there is no past. It's changing all of you. Right now, it's changing who you are, revising who you were, and manifesting who you will be right now. That's powerful. Do you see it? Really, what's happening is all frames are constantly changing. All versions of you are constantly being revised and changed. And if you want to look at that linear reference, right? Who you are now has a specific linear past identity that goes with that identity that you are now. But it's all created from the present moment. It's all created right now, January 1st, 2024, in this moment. You get to decide who you were, who you will be, and who you are in all realities, in all situations, in all stories. Remember, you exist in all stories, all memories, all images, all realities. You get to decide by telling your story right now. Very powerful. Remember, it's not linear, like that scene from Deep Space Nine, right? It's not linear. You exist and have your being as I am awareness in all stories, right? You are reality, I am. So no story is more or less real than any other. Do you see it? We can tell any story, but even the ones that you believe are true are just a story. They're not any more real or true or less true than any other story that you decide to tell right now. Do you see it? The only story that matters is the one that you're telling now. Your I am story now. As Neville Goddard says, as we control our inner talking, your I am story, in other words, matching it to our fulfilled desires, to what we really want, how we would like things to be, or how we would have liked things to be in the past. We can lay aside all other processes. Such a powerful statement by Neville Goddard. Stories of fear, stories of doubt, stories of unwanted conditions, stories of limitations now make no sense because they only exist as potential until you tell the story. Do you see it? Those stories are no more real or true than any other story that you tell. So why even tell the stories of doubt and fear and unwanted realities? Because you get to tell it. They're just potential. But you get to decide what that potential manifests in, how it manifests in your life, right? You're not seeing conditions and experiencing your life or reality and then telling a story. This is what we believe. I'm just telling you like it is. I'm telling you what I see. I'm telling you what I'm experiencing. No. Rather, you're telling a story, inner speech, inner talking, and then you're seeing and experiencing reality, right? Your experiencing is reality. It's all of it. So stop telling the story of I am not yet, that I don't feel any different, that I don't see any difference, that I don't know how to believe or what to say or what to do or how to be, right? You believe you're telling it like it is. But you are creating it because you are all that is. You believe that you're telling it like it is, but you're creating it because you are all that is. That's powerful. Let's continue. You're not telling it like it is, rather you're telling it like you are. Instead, tell it like you would like to be, because you are all that is. Right? So who do you say that I am? That's why Jesus asked that question. Who do you say you are? Why not tell it like you would like it to be, present and future, and how you would have liked it to be in the past? Right? You're always telling a story anyway. You've talked yourself into this current life experience. Why not talk yourself into what you really want? Right? No story is real or truth or facts unless you say so. The only true story is I am. And the story you tell about yourself is the only reality in your entire life experience, past, present, and future, in the eternal now. All right? So in the eternal now, because you get to create all, past, present, and future all exist in this now moment. You get to tell the story. You get to create it all. That's so powerful. Your assumptions, I always forget those R's. Your assumptions and beliefs are not the truth of reality. They create your experience of reality, right? They create your story, or your experiencing is reality. Do you see it? It's all, that story becomes your reality. There's nothing out there but your story. There is no out there. There's no 3D reality other than your story. Believe it or not, your story based upon what you assume and believe about yourself and the world, or in other words, your self-concept. Hear this. Filters out entire realities, filters out entire worlds, and all other possible stories. The story you tell filters out all other stories, and then that becomes the story that you physically perceive with your senses, with your physical senses. You're filtering out entire worlds with the story you're telling. So why not tell it like you want it to be? You're not really experiencing reality. We talk about that, right? You're experiencing, or your story is reality. Do you see? You're not really experiencing reality. You're probably experiencing ultimate reality. But even that, you are ultimate reality. So you're experiencing, or your story is reality. So powerful today. So it's not about trying to control others or control the world or your spontaneous thoughts and feelings, because that was a question, like when we talk about this idea as we control our inner talking, as Neville quoted. Neville wasn't talking about control like this. Neville was saying you can control your story, who you are. That's what he meant, right? It's not about controlling others, the world, or those spontaneous thoughts and feelings that come up. All those conditions are merely effects or manifestations of the story you're telling about yourself and the world. It's about telling the story of how you would like reality to be, knowing you are creating reality and your entire life experience in that moment, in every moment that you're telling the story. That's what Neville meant by as we control our inner talking, matching it to fulfilled desires, we can lay aside all other processes. And that's what Jesus meant when he said, I don't need you to feel anything to do great things. You are already all those realities. You don't have to control anything, but tell the story of how you would like things to be. Tell the story, your true story of who you really are. That's what we're talking about. That's why it's the only process you'll ever need to manifest your dream life. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of our commenting on our videos and sharing the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful. For joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin. For joining us on TikTok at Be Something Wonderful, and for being part of our membership channel. We just did a live stream on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. in the morning. That's now posted and available for viewing on the membership channel. And we released a video yesterday, a powerful membership video that goes along, that actually segues nicely into the things that we were talking about on the first video on the public channel. So that's now available also on the membership channel. So if you're a member, check it out. If you're not a member, there's a link below if you want to check it out. Creators, with great love, with great light and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin coming to you from the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas on the first day of 2024. Until next time, we'll see you soon.